heartbroken widower grabs wife's hand, whispers four words that will break your heart: true love is an elusive thing. Everyone talks about it and longs for it, but it can be difficult to find. When you do find that person who makes you feel complete, you hold on to them, knowing that what you have is truly special. That's the kind of love Bobby and Jerry Moore shared. The pair met shortly after high school and built a beautiful life together in Kentucky, raising 5 children together and running the local pool hall. Patrons and friends remember Jerry's hearty hello and welcoming smile. Sadly, on January 7th, Jerry passed away. She went peacefully, surrounded by her loving family. Bobby, her husband of 59 years, knew he had to say goodbye to his wife, but he didn't know how he was going to go on without her. How do you say goodbye to your life partner, your soulmate? Jerry's visitation was scheduled for 3:30 p.m. on the 9th, but Bobby needed to have some time alone with his beloved before everyone else arrived to pay their respects. He got there an hour early and sat down next to his wife's casket. April Yersevic Shepard, a photojournalist who knows the family, happened upon Bobby as he said goodbye to his wife. The love and tenderness, as well as the pain and heartache, moved her in a way she never imagined possible. She snapped a quick picture and wrote down her thoughts about the poignant moment, and her words show the beauty of a life well lived and a love for the ages. While April never meant for anyone else to see what she had written, she shared her beautiful words with the Moore family and they asked her to share them publicly. They said they hope her words will grant healing to others in the same way it brought peace and healing to them. You can read her piece, entitled "I Witnessed a Story of Love," in its entirety next. Today, I witnessed a story of love. Not the type of love shared by young people who are half full of passion, topped off with hormones. It was not the type of dewy love experienced by newlyweds who are enthralled with the idea of exclusive devotion and the happily ever after. In such a world as ours, where vows are broken as quickly as the downing of a gavel, what I saw today was a rarity, a diamond exquisite in design. Today I saw a man, a broken man, standing vigil over his most prized possession. Here was love personified. When he walked into the room his steps were faulty, but his determination was undaunted. His eyes were fixed upon his destination at the front of the room. A steel gray casket sat under the colored lights. Half of its lid was propped open, the closed half held a spray of vivid, mix-matched flowers adorned with ribbons which read the words "wife" and "mother." Upon approaching and without pause, he leaned down and kissed her painted lips, his frail body trembling to keep upright. So gentle and soft came his words to her. Surely these words were spoken innumerable times, but this time it was shrouded in finality. "I know you can't hear me," he whispered. "But, I love you." And his tears fell. Family visitation was not scheduled for another hour or so, but he had come early. He wouldn't squander these last few hours. For over 60 years she had been by his side, but it still wasn't enough. Not near enough. So, he pulled up a chair and they sat, a cane on his right side, his deceased wife on his left. He sat sidled up to the casket for nearly an hour. He rubbed her arms and patted her hands. It was as if he was comforting her, but the truth was, he was comforting himself. It didn't seem to bother him that her skin was cold, her body stiff and rigid, nor did it bother him that she didn't respond to the words he whispered. Strange as it seemed, this could have been a normal scene from any given evening within their home, except for the plethora of lavish flora and small gifts sent by sympathetic friends. This scenario seemed completely normal. When family began to trickle in, he was still sitting there, holding her hand, stroking her hair. "She looks good, doesn't she?" he asked when his children approached. Everyone agreed. And they cried. And nearly 5 hours he stayed nearby, exhausted, spent, until his body demanded he retire and his mind pleaded for respite. This man, this devoted man, had shown more grace in his time of grief than many do in times of plenty. I stood by in awe, watching faithfulness on display. Never had I seen a man so broken, robbed of his happiness by the curse of death. I wondered as I watched him, what would he do tomorrow and the day after that? Today was the easy part. Today she was still here, lying beside him, able to be touched or seen or kissed. Tomorrow, after she is laid deep in the ground, and he returns to their home, what then? Her things will still be there, the smell of her skin, scribbled grocery lists, her favorite chair, Leftovers in the fridge, their bed. How does one sleep alone after 59 years of lying next to your best friend? I can't imagine ever sleeping again. What a beautiful testament to a love for the ages. April said it was a privilege to capture such a personal and beautiful moment. As I watched Bobby with his wife, I knew I was privileged to share a moment that conveyed volumes of time, she wrote. As a photojournalist, I know photographs such as this capture verbs. It is a window into the event, a bearing witness, if you will. Their love will never be forgotten. Please share this heart-touching story with your friends and family and subscribe our channel for more.